Okay, so we are going to look at a different style question today called the closest in meaning. Okay, and this is just where we look at a type of question that's going to give us a word that's come from the text. It's going to ask you to tick a synonym, so a word that means the same. And you've got to use your knowledge as well as reading around the text to try and identify what the correct synonym is. So we're going to have a go at some of these style questions based on some different text that you've got in front of you, and then you're going to have a go at doing this for the chapters that we've read today. So I'm going to model the first example to you. So what I want you to do first is you should have this in front of you. If not, you've got this copy on the screen. Just want you to pause the video and have a read. Okay, now I realise you might not have this one at home because I'm modelling this example, so don't worry, you will have the other two in front of you as well. So a white turban richly decorated with gold adorned his head. So which of these words is closest in meaning to the word adorned? I want us to circle one answer. Now it's either punished, repulsed, applauded, or decorated. So I'm going to find this part in the text. So the rider looked majestic and his clothing matched with the splendour of his horse. A white turban richly decorated with gold adorned his head and a curved sword with a magnificent ... Now where it says here adorned, it says with gold adorned his head. This is going to be on his head. So this is almost a descriptive word, or it's a verb. So I need to now read around the text to try and work out what adorned means. So if I have a look at it, the rider looked majestic. So we're thinking something that looks very royal, very expensive. It also says here that he was matched with the splendour of his horse. So we're talking royalty here. So if we think about something being described as majestic or to be splendourous, we're thinking very rich, very vibrant, very expensive, very glamorous. Okay, so just thinking about that, we know it can't be something along the lines of punished, because punished is quite a negative word, and punished is what you do to someone. So when you punish someone, you make them suffer a consequence. Now we're talking here about gold, richly decorated with gold on his head. Okay, and then we've got something here where there's got his curved sword that's magnificent. That doesn't sound like something you'd experience if you were being punished, nor would it sound like it's something you'll experience when you're repulsed. When you're repulsed by something, you look at something and think, oh, I might look at Brussels sprouts on my Christmas dinner and be repulsed. Ugh, that's not something I like. So to be punished is to suffer a consequence, and to be repulsed by something is to be taken aback, quite disgusted by something. Now, if I'm looking at these rich, strong, happy vocabulary words here, I don't think it's going to be punished or repulsed. Now, it could be applauded. When we applaud someone, what do we do when we applaud? Well, we clap. And when you clap something, you celebrate something. So again, that's positive. Now, when we celebrate something, you might have gold. It could be a gold medal. It could be a trophy. Now, when we decorate something, if we're talking about something that's very rich, we might be decorating it with gold. We might be making sure that it looks very majestic. So it could be decorated. Now, the key word that's going to help me here is it says that it was a white turban richly decorated with gold, adorned his head. Okay, so it's going to be something that's on his head. Now, I wouldn't applaud his head because you're not going to clap to his head, are you? But that hat is almost a form of decoration. You wear a scarf or a hairband or a clip in your hair, it's decoration, like you would have on a Christmas tree. You decorate it, you add to that beauty and to that glamour. So I think it's going to be decorated purely by process of elimination, that you can't clap something onto your head. It's not going to be something you're repulsed by or something you're going to be punished for, looking at the type of positive language we've used in this question. So you will have a copy of this part of the text in front of you. What I want you to do is to pause the video and either have a read off the screen or have a read on your copy that you've got in front of you. And then we're going to work through a question together. So pause the video and have a read. So the question we're going to look at, the phrase is, and we know it's a phrase because it's always the bit written in italics, so that's slightly slanted writing. That's how the bandits got her. So which of these words is closest in meaning to the word bandits? So we're looking for a synonym for bandits. Now it could be missiles, thieves, dressings, or infantry. Now I need to find this in the text. So can you find this word in the text and the bits before and after? Good, so it's going to be this little snippet here. So it says bandits right here. Now it says that's how the bandits got her. So I'm thinking it's describing a noun, so it's going to be something. Now I'm looking at all four of these words and they're all nouns. So I can't by process of elimination work out what it could possibly be at this point in time. So what do you think I'm going to have to do? Okay, I'm going to have to read around it. What information can I draw from before and after this statement that might help me? Okay, so I'm reading the first part. She's running through this city. She's clearly being chased by something. She's got shadows of the enemy strongholds. She's obviously not in a good place. It says that's how the bandits got her. That doesn't give me any more information about who she's being chased by or what she might be being chased by. So I'm going to read on. And it says, suddenly, flaming arrows rained down from the sky. Okay, now I know that arrows or any form of weaponry or anything that's coming down from the sky, okay, is going to sense as a sense of danger. Now I know that missiles are something that's used in warfare or that's used in battle. And missiles would be like bombs or bullets or something that's going to come down from the sky. So it could be missiles, okay? And obviously it could be infantry because that also links to the war and to an army as well. Let's keep reading. Her vision flashed red and she staggered as her health bar dropped. She'd been hit. Unfamiliar voices jumbled on her headset. Okay, so that fact that she's hearing unfamiliar voices tells me that maybe the people she's being chased down or the thing she's being chased down must be people. So I now don't think it's going to be missiles, okay, because that's a physical object, okay, and I don't think it's going to be dressings because dressing is something you would put on a wound, and she's not going to be chased by bandages. So I know it's not going to be missiles and dressings. Now it could be infantry, okay, because infantry links to battle and to war, but it could be thieves. So now I'm thinking, well, now I've narrowed it down to thieves and infantry. Have a think. Have you ever heard of the word bandits before? I'll give you a clue. Think if you know anything about Robin Hood. Okay, so in Robin Hood, the bandits are actually the people that go and steal the gold from Nottingham. Okay, so they steal it from the Sheriff of Nottingham, and rather than keeping it for themselves, they give it to the poor. Now, although they're doing something good, they've originally had to steal it. And what do we call someone who steals something? Could we call them a thief? So she's being chased down. Yes, she's being shot down by all these different arrows, and obviously she's been hit by something. She hears these unfamiliar voices, but she's not being chased down by the missiles or by something. She's being chased down by someone. Okay, now if it's bandits, going on our knowledge from what we know from Robin Hood, we know that bandits are people who steal things. So we've got the plural here of thief, which is thieves. Okay, so she's being chased down by thieves. And we know from looking at the story of Katana, it might be that they're chasing her for the gems that she's found as well. So they've got something to take from her. Okay, so well done if you got that answer correct. Now it's your turn to have a go on your own. So you have this copy in front of you. So I want you to pause the video and have a read of this, and then I'm going to show you the question I want you to look at. Okay, so this is going to be your question. So he watched as the ship's ruptured sails flapped about. So which of these words has the closest meaning to ruptured? Okay, and you need to circle one of your answers. Okay, so it could be immense, broken, ferocious, or colossal. So think about what the question's asking you, find the keyword you're looking for in the text and have a read around of it and see if you can spot the answer. So if I look at the text, I know it's coming from this paragraph here because it says here, he watched as the ship's ruptured sails. So if I look at the beginning of this bit here, okay, I can see giant waves which towered above the deck. So I'm now thinking, well, if it's got this warm, if it's got this, the waves, here it says it's shivering with cold and soaked to the skin. Okay, I'm getting the idea there's a storm. Okay, so some kind of danger, there's a thunderstorm, okay, the ship's rocking around and it's not safe to be on, it might have high winds, there might be thunder, there might be lightning, okay. He watched as the ship's ruptured sails flapped about wildly like great broken wings. Now I think that sentence in itself gives it away because this is a simile, okay. How do we know it's a simile? Okay, so it says like, we are comparing ruptured sails to broken wings. When we compare something, we're comparing it to something it's similar with. And when we're looking for a synonym, we're looking for something that's similar or the same. So I think the key word I'm looking for there is broken. Now if I have a look at my words at the top, it says here, broken. Okay, now I know that if something is colossal, I know that it's something very big. If it's ferocious, that's the way it's behaving. So I might describe the winds as being ferocious or the waves. And if something is immense, okay, that's almost a sense of like pressure. So if I felt immense pressure, I would feel a lot of pressure, okay, a large amount of pressure. But here we're describing it physically like broken because we've actually compared it to our simile. So well done if you spotted that one. So your task now is you're going to have a go at doing this on your own. So I've created 5 questions. Okay, I'm not going to give you too much every lesson because I know you work throughout the lesson. So I want you to complete these questions. Okay, now you need to remember to read around the text to identify it. Okay, we know from all 3 examples we've gone through, that one sentence that word is in doesn't give me any clue. I have to use the vocabulary and the knowledge around that word to try and depict which one is going to be the right answer. So look at the root words that you're looking at. Okay, think about what you already know. Okay, we got the thief one for bandits because we knew about Robin Hood and the bandits, the merry men, okay, the thieves. If you've watched Shrek, you've got the merry men that steal Princess Fiona in the first film. Okay, they're bandits, they're thieves, they steal things. Okay, use all your knowledge, okay, and don't laugh at me, okay, if you think I'm laughing at me calling about Shrek. It's the best movie ever. Well, number 2 is the best movie. So replace that word with each synonym in that sentence. So for example, the first one here, twice, boats came towards him, but they were chugging through the water so noisily. Replace the word chugging, just like I do in my examples of the vocabulary of every reading lesson. Boats came towards him, but they were moving through the water noisily. They were racing through the water. They were charging. They were pacing. And if that's not enough of a clue, start to read around the text. Does it make sense? And by process of elimination, you'll work out the right answer. Okay, so have a go at those questions, read the text around you to help you, okay, and see how you get on. Okay, good luck, year 5.